Soldier 76 is the easiest, most brain-dead hero in Overwatch Stadium.
I've got you in my sights.
Not only is he the most basic Call of Duty R hero, but he even has literal aimbots now on a 6-second cooldown. I am no soldier player, but if he's that easy, surely even I can dominate. So I decided to play 10 hours of a legman himself to find the best build, rank up to all-star, and prove just how easy he truly is. This journey would not be without struggle, and I would find myself questioning why I ever picked this hero. Man, why did I choose to do soldier first? Why did I choose to do soldier? But to begin with, my suspicions seem to be accurate. Alright, let's go.
That's a lot of damage.
Yo, let's go. No, let me live, let me live. Oh my days. Clutch supports, clutch supports. Actually, go to supports. Yo, my supports are actually cracked. I had barely played Soldier at all in Stadium before this, and honestly, it's not like I was making miraculous plays, but the 3 aimbots made things easy enough. Round 1, victory. Round 2, victory. Round 3, victory. All I needed now was one more win, and my first game would be a success.
Nice.
Hey, let's go. And there you go. Most cash in the lobby by far and a clean 4-0 win. If things were going to be this easy, I'd reach All-Star in no time. Confidently, I strode into the next match, completely oblivious to the struggle I was about to face. I mean, hey, if it's as easy as it was last game, then this 10 hours is going to be so... it's going to be so free.
Nope.
Okay. Right. Damn. Just like that, the first round was lost, and things wouldn't turn around anytime soon. The triviality of my previous game had given me false confidence in my abilities, and now it all began to come crashing down. I did manage some kills, and even the most money in the lobby once again, but still, something felt off. This time it wasn't my plays earning me my reward, rather my aimbot simply farming damage with no real consequence. I went into hour 2 with some level of hope, but there was still that constant worry whispering in my ear. And it said, perhaps Soldier isn't as easy as you thought. This hour started okay. I was playing fine, getting some kills, but also dying my fair share. We managed to win round 1 and even round 2, but going into round 3 there was a problem. The enemy Ryan had the most cash in the game and he was going full DPS. Unfortunately, I couldn't turn this around, as Ryan snowballed far out of control. That makes 2 losses in a row, and despite the ruse of my demotion protection, that put me out of pro. I really do wish I could say things were about to turn around, but that would be too big of a lie. Okay. Right. Yeah, I feel that. Brother. I'm doing nothing. Not only did I lose the next match, but it was a decisive sweep, with me as arguably the worst player. And so was the next game. I felt completely powerless. I didn't know how to play this hero, I couldn't hit my shots, and he definitely wasn't easy. I was getting killed again and again, almost incapable of fighting back. My rank drop all the way towards the bottom of Elite 1, and that made a devastating 4 losses in a row. If I kept playing like this, I'd never make it through these 10 hours. Something had to change. I had to change. And so, going into hour 3, I knew what had to be done. First off, I needed to find my build. Up to this point, I had just been picking aimbot and then winging it after. That was not good enough. So I decided to scour the internet for the best soldier build. Unfortunately, Stadium is still so new that the definitive best build still hadn't been figured out, especially since this was right after the aimbot nerf. I ended up going with a rocket based build, with some inspiration from Classic and a guy called Zeres in his comment section. Now that I didn't have auto aim though, my actual aim needed some serious help. So I booted up some custom games and got to practicing. To begin, my aim really did suck, but slowly it's improved. 3 different codes were used during my practice. The third, once I finally remembered Stadium, was third person. And something changed, that much was clear. To end the hour, I went into a quick play game to test my new skills. And I'd say it went pretty darn well. Finally, I was ready to resume my journey and reclaim my honor in Stadium. Yeah, it may not have gone so well, and that makes 5 losses in a row. Yet, my training was not all for naught. Something was different. Despite the quick defeats, I still had a new sense of confidence in myself. And unlike last time, it wasn't false. Not only had my aim improved significantly, but the rocket build was actually working really well. The consistent damage may have been lower, but the sudden burst of being able to almost instantly execute someone was huge. The enemy Reaper did pose a threat, yet it was not enough to prevent the inevitable. Let's go! Oh my god, finally, bro! Finally, the curse was broken, the lost streak shaken off. Now the world was my cloister, and the time had come for me to seize it. In the final game of the hour, I did just that, dominating the lobby as best DPS and reclaiming the rank of pro. You could say I was simply back to square one, but I'd beg to differ. For now, I actually had the skills to climb even higher. Perhaps even All-Star was still within reach. During hour 5, not much happened. I only had time for 2 games, first a loss and then a win. Originally the plan was to make a big deal out of each of these, but that feels kinda pointless. So let's instead move into the 6th hour, where I continue to ride the high of 3 victories in the last 4 matches. Following that win, I entered hour 6 with high hopes, and I was not disappointed. The hour started off with back-to-back victories, with me best DPS in both games. I was popping off, my soldier skills were finally worthy of climbing through Pro, and now I was merely 1 win away from reaching Pro 4. With time for 1 more game in the hour, this was the perfect opportunity for me to take that next step towards my goal. And to begin with, things started well. Nice. Just one round left, and then Pro 4 would be mine. Already 3-1 up, I felt unstoppable. Nothing was going to stand in my way. I would make sure of it. Or so I hoped. How did we lose that? We were so unfathomably close and yet somehow still failed at the final moment. At the time, I didn't think too much of it. We were still plenty ahead. But as I said in my last video, a single quake can change the tides quickly in Stadium. And once it does, there is sometimes no stopping the tsunami that follows. We should have won that game, yet victory slipped through our fingers, and by the end we were the ones getting crushed. Still, I wasn't too worried. Things like this happen. Unfortunate, yes, but I probably just had to move on and focus on the next game. So I did, yet unbeknownst to me, a storm was brewing in the shadows. As I entered the 7th hour of my journey, an eerie sense of calm filled the room. Quiet, although not quite peaceful. My first game went well in some regards. I mean, a win is a win, and once again I was only a few points away from the next rank. But things weren't all looking up. In the first round, I made up 2 of my team's total 3 deaths, making a completely unnecessary positional misstep in the process. Next round, I did slightly better, and I even won as the 3rd, yet all I did was activate aimbot with double support ults. In the end, I did get a respectable number of kills, though this did not bode well for my future. Then, in the next game, things would all come crashing down. Please, no! Bro, I'm getting diffed so hard. Bro. No way, man. No, let me live, please. Please, man. Oh my days. Please. This match was brutal, and although I started complaining about no heals, I knew fully well that it was all my fault. I mean, I don't deserve healing, but like still, man. Already after 2 rounds, my Ashe was flaming me in chat, and even though I think that's a very childish thing to do, could I really blame them? I mean, they weren't wrong, I was awful. Despite my previous improvements, I clearly still had a long way to go if I wanted to master this supposedly easy hero. I was dying way too much, and it cost us severely. Thank God. At least the game had the mercy to cut itself short at 3-0, but Jesus man, I had 0 kills in the last round. I was still simply not good enough. That fact left me with 2 options, continue to die or become good enough. So I went online to look up some guides on how to play Soldier 76. Here's what I learned. The most important thing I had to work on was my positioning. Unlike Cassidy, just sitting in the back doesn't give you enough value, so you have to continuously move around and get damage from different positions. At the same time, you need to stay safe, and this is something I was not yet good at. When the match starts, it's a good idea to evaluate the 2 biggest threats on the enemy team, and consider how you should position yourself as to best deal with that. For example, Ashe wants you to get up close and obliterate her with your rockets, whereas against Genji you need to constantly stay outside of his dash range. My final takeaway was to always initiate a fight with my rockets. The build I was using already focused on rocket assassination, so why shoot first and give the enemy more time to react? Special thanks to Metro and Spylo for the helpful guides. Now I was ready to take on whatever Stadium had coming my way. After revising my newfound knowledge a little extra, I embarked back on my quest and queued into a match. I started a little shaky, made some unnecessary mistakes, but after a round or two I began kicking into high gear. The teammates around me were also great, and soon enough victory was ours. Now for the third time I lay a single win away from the glorious Pro 4. This is where my new skills would truly be tested, as this time my team could not keep up. Jesus, man. The hell? No way. No shot, man. That's rough. That's rough. Damn. Slowly though, I managed to turn things in my favor, because although all hope seemed lost, I managed to distract the enemy from capturing the point, and that gave Ryan just enough time to get back in the fight. I'm gonna guess it's worth a shot. Nice! Oh, it was absolutely worth trying. 1-1. Plus, I had some serious cash to work with. I began by analyzing the threats. Ryan and Cassidy both required me to stay away from Hammer and Flashbang respectively. We were still behind though, and so I knew maximizing my killing power was the only way forward. And oh boy did I now have a lot of killing power. Nice. Against all odds, I was flipping this game on its head. What initially seemed like guaranteed defeats was now inching ever closer to victory. This was my time. This was my chance to prove my development and finally claim Pro 4 to be mine. So, could I do it? Nah, right. Oh my god, man, he's gone. He's gone. Let's go! Pro 4! Pro 4, baby! Let's go! Sorry if my reactions may seem a little underwhelming, but believe me, I was over the moon. Alright, now we begin to enter the final stretch of this challenge. All-Star may be out of the question, but perhaps Pro 3 was still within reach. The more important question though was, could I even stay in Pro 4? Oh hell nah, no way. Man. It wasn't looking likely. Honestly, I played fine this game, made some mistakes, got killed by the enemy Genji, but it could have been worse. I would say I wasn't too worried since my gameplay wasn't bad, but time was running out. And unfortunately, things would have to get even worse before they ever got a chance to get better. This game I actually played well, yet the team as a whole continued to falter in the deciding moments. Now, if you look past the ruse of demotion protection, I was once again back to Pro 5. I couldn't end this challenge where I started, not after all this, yet since those games were so long, since I managed to claw back a few round wins before suffering inevitable defeats, the hour was up and so only one remained. You may think this is the perfect time for a comeback story, but that comeback story would have to wait. Honestly, I'm surprised this hadn't happened earlier, so I guess it's to be expected, but this was not the time. Cassidy was my best hero. In fact, he is who single-handedly got me to pro in the first place. However, for the past 9 hours, I'd played nothing but Soldier, and it's not like I played Cassidy the last game before that. So I was rusty to say the least, and as a result, this match did not exactly work out. Great. Absolutely great. Jesus Christ, man. No way, man. The grab is brutal. No, bro, that range, man. No, not the grab. Oh, hell no. Well, I guess that's it. Only half an hour left, and even a win in the final match will not be enough to re-promote me. But wait, this is 10 hours of Soldier 76, and that does not include Cassidy. So I think it could be acceptable to just about squeeze in 2 more games, yet no more. That gives me one way out, one chance, one spark of hope, but only one. If glory were to be mine, I still needed to win both of these final 2 games, breaking a 3-match loss streak in the process. It would not be easy, and so I knew I needed some backup. Introducing Jason, Cassidy extraordinaire. With his help, I could not only secure Soldier, but also have a skilled partner in crime. And so, we ventured into the match with only one goal in mind. Victory.
May's half.
And a dead.
Hold on, wait. I need to just lock him. Yo, this run
is crazy.
Oh, hold on, I'm frozen. Am I dead?
Alright.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
W.
And victory we achieved. I guess it all comes down to this. One final game to decide if these 10 hours ever even meant anything to begin with. This was my chance. Everything I had learned, all of my improvements culminating into a single match of Overwatch. Now I had even more support, with this one and Mr. Alex Asian joining the fray. Surely nothing could stop us now. It was time to seize the soul, as they say. Oh, Reaper! Yo, I'm
man.
cooked. Oh no, I'm cooked. Oh, I'm dead. Great. Guys, don't even go outside. It's not worth. It's not worth, guys. Nah, I'm just kidding.
My goal.
Oh,
My goal, Jason.
Nice. Messi weak. Nice. Reaper one. Nice. Resing. Never mind. Yeah, you're up. Nice. Get Juna. Juna dead.
Yeah. Nice.
Messi dead.
Got 9.
I've spawned and died for the same thing, by the way.
Yo!
I'm actually him.
The missiles
So
were
it's
crazy.
BP. W.
Let's go. DPS diff. Hey, let's go, Alex.
That's the damn point, bro.
Let's go, baby. And so, I just about managed to return to Pro 4. Apparently 10 hours of practice really does pay off, who would have guessed? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this journey, and I guess I'll see you next time.